long relationship, that we have had, and it started much before the start of IPL. I would say I'm thankful I was picked by CSK because I love the whole atmosphere that's around Chip-Off. The way they appreciate the cricket. Home is something, that everybody craves for, and the kind of support that we have got, irrespective whether we are having a good season, a tough season, or an easy season. It was new the first time when I came over here. It was fairly new for me. But over the years, when you spend enough time, you get to know everything about the people and the culture, and it just improves you as a person. You don't have a retirement age; I have a retirement age, so it's always better, to pass it on to the next guy. Long relationship, that we have had, and it started much before the start of IPL, because IPL I wasn't sure which team I will go to, but it started much before that, and 2005 was the time when I made my test debut, which happened to be in Chennai. So it started from that point of time. And yes, CSK helped in a big way, because all of a sudden now I'm spending close to, 45 to 50 days in Chennai. So you get to know about the people, you get to know about the culture. And I would say I'm thankful I was picked by CSK because I love the whole atmosphere that's around Chip-Off, the way they appreciate the cricket, and the way they come and support the team. So I feel the relationship over the years have grown. Yes, I've played some very good innings, but of course if you're playing 8 home games every year, and in the last 15, 16 years, you'll play a lot of good innings, but what has been very encouraging is the support that we have got. Yes, CSK, wherever we go, we get a lot of support, but home is something, that everybody craves for, and the kind of support that we have got, irrespective whether we are having a good season, a tough season, or an easy season. But when it comes to CSK, I don't remember if we ever had an easy season. There was always a question that, if there's last 3-4 games in the league stage, somehow we have to win 2 out of the 4 or 3 out of the 4, and that's when you need the support. So I feel the support has always been there, and that's what, as a cricketer, you can crave for, saying, I want the fans to come to the stadium, watch the game, support us, and at the same time appreciate good cricket, even if it's played by the opposition. And I feel that's what Chennai is special for. They appreciate good cricket, they understand the cricket, and they just love coming to the stadium and being part of cricket. So grateful to be here again. And yes, it was new the first time when I came over here. It was fairly new for me. But over the years, when you spend enough time, you get to know everything about the people and the culture, and it just improves you as a person, because you're learning new things, learning what needs to be done, how it needs to be done. So I feel grateful that I was able to spend so much time in a year, at least in Chennai. So it helped me improve as a person. It helped me improve as a cricketer.
Yeah, you just said CSK just happened. I think it happened for good for Chennai. So today
good for me also.
It's actually a great feeling. Nowadays when we go and say CSK, it is not a brand only in India. When we go to Australia, we go to South Africa, any of the cricket playing nation. So you made this franchise so popular. So we should all thank Dhoni for what CSK is today. It's the most popular franchise in the country. So now just asking how it was difficult. I'm sure you achieved much bigger accolades when you won all the 3 World Cups. So, of course, you won many cups for CSK too. How was it different? Captaining a country, maybe from our country, but when you come to CSK, you're dealing with multiple nationalities. You could find so many people, nurtured them, not only from India, elsewhere. How was it different? Captaining India and captaining CSK. How do you compare? What was the same? What is different?
Well, the challenge is slightly different, though the basics remain the same. So even when you lead the Indian cricket team, you have people who come from different parts of the country. So all of them are quite different. Somebody comes from Punjab, somebody will come from Maharashtra, Mumbai, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. So they're different in their own ways. But why it is different in IPL is, IPL you also have the mix of foreign players. And then the whole arithmetic is different in the sense, you may or may not get a chance in the playing 11 because somebody else is not performing, for the balance of the team and all of that. So I feel first and foremost how we started, we started as a family, when we started CSK, we were like it's an extended family. So everyone who was part of CSK, including the support staff, we tried to gel well. We tried to understand each other very well. We tried to say that we don't just want to win the tournament. We want people to improve and become better cricketers, and we want people who play for us to, tomorrow go and play for their respective country if they are not playing for the country, and in fact, if possible, lead their respective countries. So it was a challenge, not something that can't be done, but what really helped was the kind of players we got and the kind of management that we had, and they backed us throughout. Even when we were going through tough periods, they were always there. So I feel the challenge is different, but what made it easy was the support of each and every individual. And also the fact that, usually when you play international tournaments, none of them last for 60 to 65 days. You play for some time, then there's an off, or the series changes, or the format changes. But IPL is one thing, where you constantly go on for at least 60 days to 62 days. So that in itself is a challenge, keeping everyone fit, people who are not getting a chance to play, how to keep them motivated and up to the mark that if they get a chance later on into the tournament, what's the kind of impact that they can have. So these are the challenges that comes to IPL, which is slightly different to international cricket.
Thank you so much. So now coming to some tougher questions. So I think CSK had all the fame, but I think past 2 years has been very challenging, and the CSK fans are obviously a bit disappointed, but they want to hear from you what is in store for CSK in the coming years, especially next season and going beyond. And I know every time when there was difficulty, they come back to you. So whatever be the reason, we don't know, but whatever be the reason, finally they come back to you. When they give it to you, it was already difficult, but you did your best, whatever you could do. But how was it to deal with these difficult challenges in the past 2 years? And what do you think will happen to CSK from now this coming season and beyond?
Well, if you see sport, the beauty of sport is how good you look on paper doesn't matter. What you actually do on the field is the stuff that really matters. And in a tournament like IPL, what you do consistently over a period of time, and then pull your socks up once you get into the knockout stages and come up with another beautiful, maybe 2 or 3 performance, and that's how you win trophies. Yes, the last couple of years has not been good for us. We were not, you can say, up to the mark. Whatever the reasons may be, what is important is, to see the learnings. Yes, you had a bad season, but what went wrong? What exactly went wrong? And that was the question for us last year also. We were like, okay, there are some shortcomings, but first we needed to exactly figure out what were the shortcomings. Then look at, the solutions, what are the available solutions. And I feel, more often than not, we have been able to figure out what exactly went wrong. And in sports, you'll have very good time, and at the same time, there'll be periods when you won't be performing well. With CSK, on and off, we are more often than not been on the higher side, where we have performed, we have qualified. But, there's no guarantee as to that is something that will keep on happening. It's a constant process, You always have to be at your best. It's not about what you have done in the past 14 years or 16 years. The next year when you turn up again, you have to start from scratch. Because nobody respects what you have done in the past. In sports I'm saying, because everybody wants the trophy. Everybody wants to compete. So the moment you slack off, there'll be someone who will be challenging you. So I'm not saying we slacked off, but there were certain, you can say, holes that we need to plug in. The second half of the tournament, we are slightly worried about our batting order, people who will bat at different slots, but I think our batting order is quite sorted as of now. Ritu will be coming back. He got injured, so he will be coming back. So it looks as if, we are quite sorted now with a small auction coming in December. Whatever further loopholes are there, we'll try to plug those in. But again, as I said, you have to be at your best at the start of the tournament. You have to get the planning right. You have to use the resources in the best possible manner. And I think, we appreciate the fact that the fans, they also feel disappointed. But also the fact is the players always feel more disappointed than the fans, because this is our bread and butter. This is what we do. We come, we entertain, but also we want to win. So we do talk about the processes. but at the same time, we do want the result to come to our side. Last year wasn't the year, but looking ahead, we're trying to sort out most of the things, and we'll hopefully be at our best in the coming year.
Great. I think Ritu coming back is a great news. He should be so fortunate to have somebody working with him, independent of he being a captain. When I said sometime back you are the captain of CSK, you immediately corrected and say, no, I am not. Ritu is the captain. So your way of actually giving other people, the younger people, to prosper, the people whom you molded are now actually being the captain for you. So it's a great habit. So I think we all have to learn leadership lessons from you, how we allow others to prosper and still continue the kind of legacy which you are continuing.
Doc, you don't have a retirement age. I have a retirement age. So it's always better, to pass it on to the next guy, when you are still there. I'm not asking you to retire, but he's very young. Every time I see him, he looks 2 years, 3 years younger to me. I don't know what he's doing, but definitely he's doing.